Soccer, it comes your way tonight on ESPN+. The Abilene Christian Wildcats return home after 6 of their last 7 on the road. They're undefeated at home, but they'll take on a Utah Tech team undefeated in conference, Western Athletic Conference, coming your way. Welcome to Elmer Gray Stadium on the campus of Abilene Christian University. Andy Penny alongside Zachary McCartney. Yeah, again for the AC Wildcats, they've been on the road for a while. 6 of their last 7 away from Abilene, but they're 3-0 on their home turf. They'll get their first conference game against an undefeated Utah Tech team tonight.
A couple of losses in their last 2 conference games on the road, a couple of heartbreakers. Really excited to see them back on home turf where they've played very well to start this season. It'll be a tough one with Utah, as you've mentioned, and we'll be interested to see how it plays out.
As we look at our impact players tonight, you'll see the top goal scorers for both teams. Abby Smith, Kaya Lee. You can throw Bree Koscielski in there. She has 2 goals on the year. Bella Medrano in goal for ACU. A tough task tonight.
Absolutely. They have been scoring in the goals, Utah Tech, and so we're excited to see how Bella matches up against the attack that's going to be coming at her tonight. Abby Smith's obviously key. You can't win without goals. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
We are moments away from first kick tonight here in Abilene. The Trailblazers, the Wildcats. It's all right here on ESPN+. Another beautiful night here in Abilene, 87 degrees here in early October. It will be a warm night tonight, but a good night for Western Athletic Conference Soccer, Utah Tech and ACU. Andy Penny alongside Zachary McCartney. Let's look at the starting lineups for these two teams. Utah Tech comes in an overall record of 5-3-2. They're 1-0 in conference play. Here's a look at the starting lineup for Utah Tech.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. Kaya Lee has been the assist machine for this team. They'll probably want to play out through the midfield, get their attacking players involved. They've generated a lot of shots, scored a lot of goals in the last couple games. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to do that tonight.
Brianna Fry in goal has played every minute in goalkeeper for Utah Tech. A look at the home team, the Wildcats, again back on the home turf. They're 3-0 on the home turf. Here's a look at Steven Salas and his starting lineup tonight.
Yes, like highlighted there, Bella Medrano is definitely where it all starts. Her goalkeeping performances has kept this team in a lot of games. Abby Smith has been dependent for a lot of the goals. We'll see if they can get the forwards involved tonight. That's something that the coaches will definitely want to do.
The Wildcats certainly defensive-minded this year, and all 3 of their wins here at home have been 1-0 shutouts. Shutouts versus Tulsa, Houston Christian, and Northwestern State here on the home turf. Utah Tech plays well on the road. They are 3-2-1 on the road, so they've played the majority of their season away from home, and they'll have a chance to get back here in Abilene. Played here last year in the Western Athletic Conference tournament, so they are certainly familiar with Elmer Gray Stadium. The series record, this is the 4th time these two teams have played. Utah Tech owns the series. They've won 2 out of 3, 2-0-1. Their only trip to Texas to play the Wildcats was in 2023, a 3-1 victory for the visiting Trailblazers. And Utah Tech is 1-0 in conference, a win versus Southern Utah last weekend. The Wildcats had a tough start to a conference play, had to play each of the top 2 teams in the preseason WAC standings at California Baptist and at Utah Valley. Lost in the 90th minute to CBU, a 2-1 finals. The Lancers scored in the last minute. Utah Valley, a 5-1 win. Utah Tech in the white, their first attack. It's in the box. It's kicked out to the near corner.
That was some good defending to stop what was a dangerous first move from Utah Tech there.
And the Trailblazers in the visiting white uniforms tonight. ACU in the home purple uniforms. It's a Trailblazer team that has scored 17 goals on the year in their 10 matches thus far. Wildcats with just 7 goals on the year. Their 4-7 overall record.
Yeah, the Wildcats definitely need to score more goals if they want to make it into the tournament and kind of accomplish their season's goals this year.
So this one put top side of the box and headed far side. Still activity here for Utah Tech. And cleared out here by the Wildcats.
This is exactly what you want if you're Utah Tech. An energetic start, getting a lot of chances, putting some pressure on the back line. ACU so far is holding it up well, able to clear their lines, but that definitely not pressure that you can endure the entire match.
A little bit of a breeze tonight, but should not play too much of a factor as it kind of blows in from the north, but not to the advantage of the team that has it at their back.
Both these teams are familiar playing in dry and some heat, so I don't think the weather should be much of a factor this evening.
Here on the near side, Shakira Cafaro-Roberts, the forward, the sophomore. Gets it up to Emma Tailoring.
And that is a great team move from Cafaro-Roberts. She's a forward, but working her way back and helping out with the defensive duties, that's just something that binds you together as a team, making those runs back there.
Get a look there at Lexi Nelson, the sophomore forward. This is a young team for Utah Tech. Have 10 freshmen on this roster. Those 10 freshmen have scored 6 of the 17 goals. So young, but plenty of talent and experience here early in their careers. This one cleared back, and Bella Madrano will come up and play for the Wildcats. Bella has been solid in goal as she makes her 8th start tonight. Already has 2 clean slates on the year. Utah Tech makes the 2-game stop here in the great state of Texas. They're here in Abilene tonight. They'll be in Stephenville on Sunday to take on Tarleton.
Yeah, we're in the meat of the conference schedule right now. A lot of fun for these girls to get to see how they match up against their conference opponents.
A foul here on the Wildcats, and Utah Tech will get control. There's one of those freshmen. There's Abby Olson, the 5'3" freshman from South Weber, Utah. And she'll get the
Great
activity
hold-up
going.
Play right there.
Far side, Cafaro-Roberts gives chase. She'll get there before Nelson. And throw in here for the Wildcats. Of course, this year in the WAC, a double round robin schedule with the conference down to just 6 teams. So a home and home conference schedule, 10 total conference games. This will be the last trip for the Trailblazers here to Abilene, with the WAC conference dissolving after this year. Near side, saved in. That's Lacey Fox, the senior forward.
Game has settled out a little bit at this point. That early pressure seemed to be taken care of, and now we're moving into a bit of a testy match in between. Kind of midfields feeling each other out. It's something that we'll see how the game progresses.
Wildcats have been really solid, I feel like, in the midfield all year long, even on the defensive line. It's a matter of can the Wildcats find a way to generate some more offense. Have yet to score multiple goals in a game this year. All 4 of their wins have been 1-0 shutouts. 7 goals in their 11 matches thus far.
And they have not created enough chances, but that the situation has not been dire. They have been creating chances. They haven't quite converted as many, but something for this young team to kind of bond together and be able to figure out how to get that last pass in and turn those shots into goals.
As here is Nicole Chorin, the junior, Bloomfield, Colorado. She'll put this one back into play. Comes down into the near corner. It's Lacey Fox.
That was good work from Fox, getting her cross.
And the bicycle and the goal for the Trailblazers.
That was fantastic work, starting with a great ball, getting that in, and great technique on the bicycle kick there.
I think a whistle, though, and maybe an offside.
Ooh.
And the goal will not stand. Well, a beautiful execution of the header and then the bicycle, but take it off the board, no goal.
Wow. Early signs of pressure, definitely warning signs for this home team.
Utah Tech right back in. Madrano, her first save on the shot on goal. Thus far, the Trailblazers have on the offensive side of the pitch thus far. Hannah Martin will get it back in the midfield. And Amelia Leggett, a foul call. A little frustration there by Amelia. Here's another look at the bicycle.
Not quite sure who was offsides, but referee blew the whistle, and must have been.
So was,
Wildcats might have gotten away with one.
That was Latea Brost, I believe, with the goal that was nullified. And that was the call, an offside by the Trailblazers to take Brost's goal off the board. This one skirted through. First chance for Brianna Fry to get a mid on it. Fry's been good this year. Again, she's played every minute thus far for the Trailblazers. 1.4 goals against average, 27 saves on the year. Here's Fox, and now Brost. Brost works on Hannah Vetromile. Squares it up, and Medrano able to get the gloves on it. Bella's an intimidating presence back there at goalkeeper. Stands at 5'11". The freshman out of Lubbock has really been impressive in her first year in a Wildcat uniform.
She comes off her lines very well. She's a decisive keeper. That's the best quality you can have in a keeper, and so it's something that I'm sure this coaching staff has really appreciated so far.
Trailblazers again, they'll work far side. Brost works with Kelly, and Kelly pushes it back to the far sideline. Back into the box, and this one wide and out on the end line. And a goal kick here for Medrano. Katie Gregson, the junior defender. And now Leggett loses it at the midfield line. Utah Tech preseason in the conference standings, the preseason third place team. ACU, the preseason fifth place team. Of course, all 6 teams will make the WAC tournament. They'll play that in Orem in early November, just over a month away. Wildcats on the attack for the first time. That's Hannah Martin. And put a shot just wide of the net near side.
Yeah, that's a half chance there. It's great to, whenever you get in the opposition zone area, might as well give it a rip and see what happens.
Okay. My bad. Lacey Fox, center of the field. Works with Kelly. With good spacing here by the Trailblazers early and good passing. Down the near side. The cross and cleared out by the Wildcats.
So far, Utah Tech has been able to get past the fullbacks there. That's definitely a warning sign. The more balls that come in on those crosses, the easier it is to pop one of those in the goal.
Now Brost another shot. Medrano clears. Work the near side with Vetromile. Good speed by Hannah, the 5'3" senior. She's from Liberty Christian High School in Justin, just outside the DFW Metroplex.
Excellent challenge there. That was an important stop, even though they didn't get the possession. It allowed Vetromile to get back into position after her 60-yard run there. The defensive line for Utah Tech sets the offensive attack.
Far side, that's Jocelyn Wright. And the Wildcats fighting for possession.
Really good pace to start this game.
Yeah.
It's been great seeing Utah Tech come out with intent, attempting to immediately move the ball around and try to get the Wildcats out of position and get on the score sheet.
So here's one push, but too far down that goal line. I think that was about to be offsides anyway, so pushed on the goal line. Here's a look at our keys to the match tonight, Utah Tech and ACU.
Yeah, Utah Tech has they've been scoring goals, and one of the things when things are going well, you can kind of think, oh, well, that's just going to keep going this way. Sometimes the work rate slips. So far, what we've seen is a high work rate. They've created chances. They are picking up where they left off. For Abilene Christian, they just have to create more chances. They've had their strong defensive form. They need to get back to that. But ultimately, they're not going to be able to beat very many teams if they don't score goals.
Yeah, ACU just on average about 11 shots a game. Compared to Utah Tech, who's averaging about 15 and a half shots a game. So can the Wildcats create some chances here? They've got it on the offensive end. Betramile, the throw in near side.
That was good hold-up play from Hannah Martin, being able to take that ball down and allow her team to reset in a better position.
Martin and Betramile work the near side. Leggett has it. We've seen Amelia with a couple of great assists here on the home turf. She's been part of 2 WAC plays of the week, the assists on both of those. The 1-0 win versus Tulsa, the 1-0 win against Northwestern State. Brost works the sideline. It's cleared on the end line, and our first corner coming the way of the Trailblazers.
I've loved the wing play from Utah Tech so far. Those wingers have been going at their defenders with the skill moves, attempting to try to create a little bit of space, and they've been successful multiple times.
First look at Kaya Lee. She's in the corner, the leading goal scorer and assist leader for Utah Tech. 3 goals, 5 assists. She'll put this one in play in the corner. Our first corner tonight. High into the box and a little long. Put back on net, near side, a header. And ACU able to clear near sideline.
That was a dangerous chance. That was a great ball back in. Got it in a dangerous spot. That ball could have bounced anywhere.
Haven't seen Kaya Lee have a chance to play much in the offense. Medrano again with the gloves on the balls. That shot got dangerously close. And Bella comes out and plays it well.
Utah Tech has definitely been asking the questions early in this game.
No doubt. Here's another look at that shot. Just over the head of Brost, and Medrano able to get the gloves on it.
And that was a good punch, got good contact. Probably would have wanted to get it a little bit further outside of the danger zone, but fortunately for her, the defender was able to clear it.
Betramile will put some distance on this one, get it out of the near corner. And Abby Olson works midfield line, defensive line on the far side, and Abby Olson. Again, that's a roster with 10 freshmen on it for the Trailblazers.
That's exciting for them. Definitely recruited well, being able to develop a team over a couple of years. Be excited to see this team in this year, but a couple more years of them playing together will be great. That's a tough ball right there. Kind of Abby's pass let her down there. That was an exciting opportunity for a one-on-one on the outside.
Bailey Simon is in for the first time for the Wildcats. Wears number 35. Brost has been busy here in the first 15 minutes. This one sails high.
And this is something, when you're playing a lot without the ball, it can be quite difficult to keep your head whenever you have a couple of opportunities, because it just can feel like you spend so much energy trying to defend, and then you finally break out, and when your touch lets you down, it can just be a very discouraging process. You got to keep your head up and keep moving so you can fight your way back into the game.
Brost, a little frustration on that last shot. She's the leader in shots on the year for Utah Tech with 30. Has yet to score a goal this year. Check that, has 1 goal on the year, but the team leader in shots with 30. Here's Lee leading the attack, middle of the field. Drops it off to Olson. Top side of the box, back on goal, and cleared out again.
Utah Tech has been incredibly calm in possession in the final third. It's something that's very impressive watching them not force their way into the box, but work their team around, create the spaces, create the opportunities. They've had some good quality chances so far.
Katie Gregson dropped back in defense and cleared that with the foot. It does set up another corner, second corner for the Trailblazers. They'll play it out of the corner. And nice defense, Abby Smith.
Excellent defending.
So we're just over 15 minutes deep here in this first half of play. Game number 2 for the Trailblazers in WAC play. Again at 1-0, a 2-1 victory versus Southern Utah. Kaya Lee, Jocelyn Wright, the 2 goals for Utah Tech versus SUU. Of course, the Wildcats again at 0-2. A tough start out west. Tough loss to California Baptist 2-1, where CBU scores in the 90th minute. Utah Valley then a 5-1 win on Sunday. This one near side of the net. Another kick on the inline here for ACU. Few substitutions here as Reagan Hollis, the 5'3" sophomore forward, has checked in. Also Nia Leslie, the 5'5" junior. She wears number 17. Leslie can go. She typically works this near sideline in the first half, but she can go. Five shots for Utah Tech thus far, just 1 shot thus far for the Wildcats. They'll get a throw in here on the near sideline. Get a look there at Bree Koszelski, one of our impact players tonight.
Looks like the ref did not like the push off there.
A little foul there. Now free kick for Simon right at the midfield line.
They're going to play this slowly, try to allow their team to breathe a little bit, maintain some possession.
Contact here. The referees allow the teams to play through. Here's Leslie, her first run out, and foul here, push from behind.
Referees calling her over for a conversation.
Yeah, it's Lacey Fox, the senior forward.
Looks like nothing more than that.
Good aggressive play on the near side.
Yeah, definitely a foul. Just got her foot in there.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. But referee trying to control the game. It's always good.
Simon again near side. She'll put this top of the box. Sails it wide. The header, though, on the inline, and ACU will receive their first corner kick tonight.
That was good service in a dangerous spot. I'm surprised that the Wildcats didn't put a few more people forward. They have not been able to create any chances thus far, but we'll see how that develops as the game goes on if they want to get more in the box on these set piece opportunities.
So look at Raylyn Miller, the sophomore at Winter Park, Florida. Of course, she and her sister Amelia, twin sister Amelia, both on the roster. Raylyn will put this one in from the far corner. And headed out by the Trailblazer defense. 20 minutes in tonight in our scoreless tie. And a foul gives it back here to Utah Tech.
So far, the referee has called things pretty tight.
Yeah.
Does not like seeing very much physical contact. We'll see if how that continues as the game goes along, but things have been pretty straight down the middle so far.
Our referee tonight is Mindy Lamboni, Chris Danforth, Jesse McNeil, also our assistant referees tonight. Vetramile on the near side. And another throw in for the Wildcats. To Brose. Center of the field, giving chase for the Wildcats. That's McCarley Holloman, the 5'7" junior, wears number 8.
That was some good defending right there to send him back into an attacking position.
Down on the inline.
Shepherded out for a goal kick.
Yeah, fight for possession there. Nice job there by Michelle Rodriguez, the junior defender. Gets it off the inline and a goal kick for Utah Tech. More substitutions as Peyton Hill has made her way in. Peyton wears number 11, the 5'8" redshirt junior in the forward position. Still have to substitute well. It shows the depth of these lineups, but I'll tell you what, we're still in the high 80s here in early October. I think coaches were ready for maybe a little bit cooler weather by now, but not yet, at least here in Abilene.
It's a dry heat. You know?
Here's a shot high and into the goal, a Utah Tech Trailblazer goal. Great shot. It comes from Lacey Fox.
What an absolute rocket of a shot from Lacey Fox. She got excellent technique, kept her chest down on that, got it to dip right over the hand of Bella Medrano. Outstanding first goal for this game.
Just right over right under the crossbar, in for the goal. Fox's 3rd goal of the year. Comes in our 23rd minute tonight. Top center goal off the right foot. That was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. Excellent technique, got excellent power. Could not put it in a more perfect position. That was quite the strike right there. We'll see how this goal changes games. Goals always change games. We'll see if the Wildcats can press from more attacking intent, or if Utah Tech is going to take this momentum and drive it in and put some more on the board.
Again, her 3rd goal of the year. She ties Kaya Lee for the team lead in that category with her 3rd goal. The assist goes to Kaya Lee, so she has added to her team leading assist number, her 6th assist of the year. Just enough space for Fox to get that shot off. The ACU defense had played tight. Just enough space for Fox to get a right foot on that one.
That's the kind of strike that when you're in form, when you're as a team, you've got confidence, you're willing to just, and your coach trusts you to let it rip, you end up with those opportunities. But 1-0 is the score. We'll see how the teams respond.
Vetramile the throw in near side. Hannah Martin drops it back to Simon. That is the first goal that the Wildcats have given up at home this year. This is their 4th home match. The first 3 had all been shutouts. So the first goal they've given up on the home turf. This out on the end line and another goal kick.
It took a beauty to
to
do it.
There's a look again at the tail of the 2 offenses. Utah Tech with that last goal now. Their 18th goal of the year. Good enough for 3rd in the WAC. See ACU just continuing to try to generate offense.
Definitely one of those things as a defensive unit, whenever your offense isn't scoring, it can be a difficult situation to kind of feel like, oh my goodness, how are we going to be able to generate offense when you've conceded a goal? It can get discouraging pretty quickly. On the flip side of that, Utah Tech, whenever it's such a great feeling as a defender to know that you're probably going to put numbers on the board.
Lox Neves, number 19 for the Trailblazers. She a transfer from ACU. Started her career here in Abilene, but now plays in St. George. Makes her return visit here back to the big country. Trailblazers controlling the offense here. It's back in their back line. Neves again on the near side, the defender. Leslie contests. Fox runs it back down.
That's some good forward pressing from your front line, something that you want as a team. Picking one of those balls off can immediately create a high quality chance.
Back into the defensive line. With a spacing by Trailblazers, I feel. They're certainly using sideline to sideline here in this first half.
One of the things that's very noticeable is that they're a very gifted team technically. The only way you can play like this is everyone has to be good with their feet. Everyone has to know how to pass. And we've seen that, the trust from each other hitting in passes. It's been impressive so far.
Here's a ball off the end line. Should be a corner here for the Wildcats. And it will be, again, it will be Raylyn Miller in the far corner. Second corner tonight for ACU.
Just about everyone coming up for the Wildcats. They want to get back on the score sheet.
Good scoring opportunity. Miller puts it in.
Not the best service from Miller on that one. You definitely want to always beat the first man.
Yeah, didn't get much elevation on that one. That one stayed low to the ground. Utah Tech a throw in on the far side. Abby Olson, one of the freshmen again, the defender there, number 14. Tegan Yalsey has checked in. She wears number 11 for the Trailblazers, the junior midfielder. She is a Texas product, the only Texas player on the roster for the Trailblazers. She's out of Frisco, another suburb of Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Here come the Wildcats. Miller works with Leslie. And throw in here on the near side.
That's good defending from your holding midfielder there. Something that's always helpful is backline to have some shield in the midfield.
There's Leslie with the footwork. And out again on the in line.
Sometimes you're trying to just get a deflection and win a corner.
Yep.
Make something happen for your team.
A lot of contact there with Miller, and a moment ago, Lexi Nelson.
That's good defending from Nelson. Got the foot and won the ball cleanly. That'll keep a clean sheet.
Fry will get this one back to the midfield line. Leslie with pressure, whistle, and a foul call here on Leslie. Little push with the forearm on Neves, and boy, I just thought it was fighting for possession, but
she
got
got the ball pretty cleanly. This referee has been calling it
it's been tight
pretty
tonight.
tight.
Yeah,
but picked up the ball pretty clean. Yeah. I think that one's a marginal one.
And Leslie had a little smile on her face as she ran back down the opposite end. And Miller's got it now with Hannah Vetremile. Here's Hannah near sideline. Across the midway line, we'll drop it off in the corner. Hollis works one-on-one. The cross. And cleared out by the Trailblazer defenders. Martin will set it up again. Works with Leslie. Now Miller in the center. Good deflection. That's the best attack that the Wildcats have had here in the first half. And a foul call here on the Trailblazers.
And this is a good place to win a free kick. You can get a good serve ball in there and create some kind of ricochet opportunity. It's definitely good play, better from the Wildcats on the attacking end.
The free kick here, Bailey Simon again, the sophomore out of Keller. Put it into the box, far post, a little wide and out on the end line.
And that'll be frustrating from the coaching staff. We've not had good delivery on set pieces so far for the Wildcats. They have wasted a couple of opportunities there.
30 minutes in, Utah Tech the 1-0 lead. Lacey Fox the goal in the 23rd minute. A few substitutions again here. Brooke Hendricks is in, one of the freshman forward for Utah Tech. Indy Winterton is also in. She's a senior defender.
Raylyn Miller was lurking, trying to pick a ball off and create a a quick goal opportunity. Almost was able to do it, but the Utah Tech was able to get away with a slightly loose couple of passes.
There's a takeaway of possession for the Wildcats again. Boy, a lot of white jerseys on the backside. And back into the hands of Fry in goal. Fry's had a pretty quiet first half. Just one shot thus far for ACU, not on goal.
They have done a great job of keeping their shape this entire game, moving exactly where their coach wants them to. It's allowed them to work the ball back and forth and really put the Wildcats on the back foot.
Push down the end line and an offside here on Trailblazers.
Just got a little bit too quick on the draw as far as the making the run in there.
Yeah, Hendricks was out in front of the defenders, got called for the offsides. Well offside. He got called for. Nia Leslie on the near side. Boy, I love the way Nia plays. She is in fifth gear all the time.
Absolutely. She has a tremendous work rate and the speed to match it. Hopefully she can get herself running into the attacking end. She'll definitely want that as a forward.
Nelson a foul on Miller. Another free kick here for the Wildcats. And again, it comes back. Another set piece opportunity here. Can Simon put it in a position to have a solid offensive attack here?
Absolutely. This one's a little bit further back, not quite as dangerous as the last one, but still an opportunity to get a ball in the box and possibly make something happen.
Here is the delivery. Top of the box, Fry will come out. It's loose at the top of the box. And now whistle and stoppage in play here as a Trailblazer player has
looks
like slow to come up.
Able to get up okay.
Yeah, that's Lexi Nelson. Fry came out to play that, did not play it cleanly in goal. ACU a chance on the deflection, but not a clean shot opportunity.
Probably their best opportunity of the game so far. If they can keep winning dead balls in the midfield like that, they can possibly generate an opportunity to score.
So with the stoppage in play, it looks like possession is awarded to ACU. As it was Nelson who was down on the ground, slow to get up. The officials award possession to ACU. It's Simon again with possession.
Fairly high drop ball there.
Yeah. Back in and cleared to the midfield line. Here in the last 5 minutes or so, it's been ACU on the offensive attack. We've played more on the north end. Leslie again near sideline. Trying to get around the defender.
That was some very good defending, being able to go shoulder to shoulder with a very quick Leslie, trying to keep her from getting around the end line there.
Hannah Martin with contact. No whistle this time. Trailblazers push near sideline.
Home crowd not happy with that no call.
And out on the near sideline. This one's getting physical. I like it. As tight as the whistle has been, it's now the players are playing into that a little bit. It's been a physical contest.
Absolutely. Very rarely have I watched a women's soccer game and not seen it get physical.
Close in on 10 minutes left here in the first half. And the Trailblazers, the 1-0 lead. Put another shot in goal early in the first half. I'll tell you, Brost scored on a bicycle kick, but an offside call, and the goal did not stand. Wildcats a run. Here's Miller. On net, but just high the crossbar.
That was a great little half chance created by a poor pass from the Utah Tech back line. Miller just taking the shot. She did a very, very good job with it, just couldn't get it to slip under the bar.
That's very similar to the goal that Fox scored. Fox underneath the crossbar and Miller just above the crossbar.
Those are the margins.
It's a game of inches. Even on a large field as a soccer field, it still comes down to a game of inches.
Absolutely.
Simon again. Set up the ACU offense again. Leslie near side. And a little frustration there as Hollis lost possession. Utah Tech gets it back. Great pace here in the first 35. Another run here. Here's Hill. Hill all the way to the end line. Gets the cross. Can't quite get there as it's out of bounds on the end line.
Took one too many touches. Probably her last touch got away from her just a little bit. Wasn't able to get the cross in that she wanted.
Again, the Trailblazers at 1-0 in conference. Utah Valley, California Baptist each started 2-0 in conference last weekend. The Trailblazers with just the one conference game. So some separation already in the conference. 3 undefeated teams and 3 teams still looking for their first conference win. ACU, Tarleton, and Southern Utah. Of course, Utah Valley, the preseason conference favorite. California Baptist, second place in the preseason. Of course, they're the defending WAC conference tournament champions. Played in the NCAA tournament a year ago. It was a great tournament. It was here at Elmer Gray last year, the WAC tournament. And it was a great one.
Some very, very good teams came here to play.
Yeah, California Baptist beat Grand Canyon in the final. Of course, GCU no longer in the WAC. This one headed out top of the box. A lot of contact. Bodies on the ground.
That looked like a painful one.
Boy, it did. It's Yalsey. Yalsey just got up on top of Hannah Martin. What a tough play.
Yeah, I can't. Have to give the defender their space. Can't jump over them like that. Hannah did a good job of holding her ground and winning the penalty and taking the pressure, or not penalty, the foul, and taking the pressure off her defense.
And both pop up. You can see both there. Pop up. We're back to play. Gregson gets it to Leslie. Dropped into the corner. Vetramile will give it chase. Fox able to beat her to the spot.
Fox has put in a very good shift around this near side. She's been dangerous on the attacking end and going back there to put out some defensive fires as well.
And here's Neves to throw in. Neves is a Utah native. She grew up in Utah, but again made her way here to ACU and played for the Wildcats, transferred back home to Utah Tech. Has possession here on the near sideline. And loses possession and throw in for the Wildcats. Turnover. Martin with space. Far side of the box.
Ambitious idea there from Martin. It was a great way of seeing that run. Unfortunate the ball didn't come off.
Simon directs traffic, drops it off to Leslie.
Good turn there from Leslie. Unable to.
She's got possession now. Back to Simon. Leslie with space. And misjudged the kick there. Didn't get the velocity on that one she wanted.
Yeah, that's one that you probably want to take a touch first. Yep. Taking that one-time ball off the spin of the ball, it's difficult to get a clean contact and really whip that in unless you're kind of got a moving start and can get a lot of power on it.
Martin with the left foot, drops it off. Hill cleared back to the midfield line.
I've really liked what I've seen from Martin with the calm in midfield, trying to direct some traffic and allow her attacking players to get into position.
Under 5 minutes we go here in the first half. As much as we played the first 20 minutes on Utah Tech's offensive end, I feel like the last 20 have been more on the Wildcats' offensive end.
Definitely since the goal, we've seen a little bit more attacking intent from the Wildcats and the ability to actually maintain possession in the opponent's half.
And you almost wonder if the strategy changes for Utah Tech. Hey, once we get the lead, we're going to play more defensive. Nonetheless, here's Martin again. Tries to change direction.
I can almost certainly assure you that the coaches will not want them to be doing that up only a goal.
And Hill is taken down, and a foul, and a yellow card, our first yellow card of the night. Get another look at this one.
Yeah, Hill picking the ball up in a dangerous position. This is a good opportunity. You can kind of either lift the ball in or you can go straight for goal from here. Just depends on what the team wants to do. But she'll have to watch herself on that caution, and we'll see how that continues as the game unfolds.
It's the yellow card on Yowsey. Taking Yowsey, the unsporting yellow card in the 41st minute.
As you were saying earlier, it's been getting a little bit more physical. The referee has to pull out the card to try to calm things down a little bit.
Simon.
She'll be disappointed with that delivery.
Kicks it into the wall, and Utah Tech able to keep the free kick very quiet. This one put it into the box, but cleared out again, far side.
Holloman able to recover possession there.
Now Martin and Leslie, a whistle and a foul here on the Wildcats.
Definitely the Wildcats asking more questions, as you said, in this last 20 minutes. With this momentum, kind of the feel of it, they'll try to pick up a goal right before halftime. That's definitely something that would change the whole feel of this game.
The foul count, Utah Tech with 6 fouls here in this first half, ACU with 5, so been a physical game.
Feels as if 4 of them have come in the last 5 minutes.
Boy, no kidding. This ball sails out on the near sideline. AC will throw in here on the near side. Getting a look at Hannah Vetromile, one of the seniors on this roster, the 5'3" senior. Plays the midfield in the forward position. Not many seniors on this roster.
Yeah, Vetromile's definitely a multi-tool of a player, because she can be moved into left back position. She can go forward. She can play midfield. She's good on the ball. She's got a shot on her, and it's something that this coaching staff has used in a lot of different ways.
Fry will set up the offense here. Push it to the near side, and Fox, our one goal tonight, courtesy of Lacey Fox. Simon gets possession. One-on-one. Gets to the end line. Kicked out and a corner for the Wildcats.
That was very well done from Simon. Did not have attacking support, really, so she was trying to buy time for her attackers to get into place. Once she saw that she could get the cross in, won the corner for her team, gave them a good opportunity coming into halftime.
She popped up looking for another foul call. Didn't get the foul call, but
I've never seen an attacking player near the penalty box who goes down,
not ask for one.
At least give a look to the referee, see if they can't win a penalty.
It is the third corner of the first half. This time, Simon, her first time to put one in play from the corner. headed out. We'll do it again.
Definitely may have got past the first man, but definitely you want to get a little bit more height in there, whip it in, give an opportunity for one of your attackers to get on it.
Just has not been much lift from the corner kicks tonight for the Wildcats, even the free kicks. Simon will try again. Line drive, top of the box. Shot with the right foot, sails high from Hollis. So we've gone under a minute here in this first half. Shots here in the first half. Utah Tech was 7, ACU with 2 shots. 3 of those shots for the Trailblazers, shots on goal. A good pace here in the first half.
Absolutely. It's been a great match to watch. Both teams playing very hard. Chances been created on both sides. The only thing that separates it is a outstanding shot from Fox there.
As the final seconds will tick off the clock here. 45 minutes are in the book. We've reached the halfway mark. Halftime here in Abilene. Lacey Fox the goal in the 23rd minute. That's been the difference thus far tonight. Halfway through, it's Utah Tech 1 and ACU 0. We will step aside. Glad you're with us tonight for Western Athletic Conference Soccer. Always right here on ESPN+. A beautiful view of the big country of Abilene, Texas. We're at the half here at Elmer Gray Stadium. Utah Tech, the 1-0 lead, courtesy of Lacey Fox, a goal in the 23rd minute. Andy Penny alongside Zachary McCartney. And Zach, it was a physical first half of play, no doubts. And the difference, Lacey Fox with a great shot on goal, and Utah Tech has the 1-0 lead.
Absolutely. It was an outstanding strike, perfect technique. She really the defense of the Wildcats really didn't let off too much, but they gave her half a foot of space, and she was able to put on a perfect strike. It dipped right at the last moment, which gave Medrano very little chance to be able to do that. Quite an impressive strike, and it's definitely the separation at the half.
As we'll take a look at our first half highlights there in the first half. Again, Fox from a great distance out. The shot in the 23rd minute, the 1-0 goal, and after that, boy, it was a physical first half. And you look at fouls, 7 ACU fouls, 6 Utah Tech fouls in the first half.
Yeah, and the referee was calling it tight, trying to keep not allowing physical play, especially early on. But as the game developed and things got competitive, it definitely has turned into a bit of a slugfest, and it'll be exciting to see how both teams come out for the second half.
1-0 here at the half. We look at our first half stats. Utah Tech did the majority of their offensive damage, I thought, in the first 20 minutes. ACU kind of flipped the script over the course of the back half of the first half. No shots on goal yet, but 4 corner opportunities. Didn't take advantage of some free kick opportunities, but nonetheless have been very much more aggressive in the second half of the first half.
Had we ended in the first 20 minutes, this would have been a one-sided game. The last 20 minutes, I think ACU will feel very confident going in. They created a lot of chances. No shots on goal, but a couple of shots that were pretty close to sliding in, and we'll see if they can keep that momentum going, or if the Utah Tech team can go ahead and make some adjustments to try to settle things down.
So 1-0 here, Utah Tech at the half. Here's a look around the WAC, some other news and notes going on. Of course, Nixon Jackson, the WAC Offensive Player of the Week a week ago. The 2 goals, the 4 assists on the week. Utah Tech is 2-0 in conference. That offense is something special. 10 goals over their first 2 conference games, 5 versus Tarleton, 5 versus ACU. They are 2-0, the preseason favorite. Looks good out of the chute. Michaela O'Brien, the goaltender of the week, the goalkeeper of the week, had a great week with 9 saves across 2 games and a shutout victory in there. She's been the goalkeeper of the week each of the last 2 weeks. Of course, Utah Valley and California Baptist 2-0 in conference. Utah Tech trying to get there here in Abilene. Here at the half, the Trailblazers have a 1-0 lead on ACU. We'll have the second 45 minutes on the other side. WAC Soccer. It's here on ESPN+. And back here in Abilene, a look at the home of men's and women's basketball and volleyball here at ACU Moody Coliseum. We are right across the street at Elmer Gray Stadium. A 1-0 Utah Tech lead here at the half as we look at the WAC standings. Again, conference play just started last week. The top two teams in the preseason, Utah Valley, California Baptist, took care of business last week. They're both off tonight. Utah Tech trying to get to them even at 2-0 in conference play. ACU with some work to do in this double round robin 10-game schedule.
Absolutely, and Abilene Christian, I don't think they have to feel too hard done by. 0-2 is where they're sitting. They definitely want to make something happen in this half, but their game against California Baptist was an incredibly tight game. They lost in the 90th minute, had a goal disallowed that could very well have gone the other way. So they are right in this thing. There's a lot of games to be played for every team, but definitely a better start for Utah Tech, Utah Valley, and California Baptist.
And a correction that I need to make from earlier, only the top 4 teams in the conference will make the conference tournament in Orem in early November. Now with the double round robin schedule, everybody sees everybody twice, home and home schedule. So only the top 4 at that point will make the conference tournament. ACU is back at home. They'll take on Southern Utah on Sunday. Utah Tech will be at Tarleton. Speaking of those two teams, they are also playing tonight as we look around the WAC. The other game in conference play is Southern Utah and Tarleton. They are tied at the half in Stephenville. And again, the two visiting teams, Southern Utah and Utah Tech, will trade. Utah Tech in Stephenville on Sunday. Southern Utah will be here in Abilene. And then the top 2 teams play tomorrow night, California Baptist and Utah Valley. That's a look around the WAC here in Abilene, and in the second half here in Abilene about to get underway. The Trailblazers a 1-0 lead on the Wildcats. Second half on the other side on ESPN+. And just underway here in the second half, the Wildcats will move now left to right from our vantage point and put the second half in play.
Yeah, team talks are done. We'll see how these teams set out, what kind of intensity they're able to bring for this second 45 minutes.
We saw the depth of both of these rosters in the first half as Hill had possession. Utah Tech takes it over. Vetramile, Martin, Gregson, and Kelly played all 45 minutes there in the first half for the Wildcats. Rodriguez, Chorin, and Lee, as well as Nelson and Neves and Fox played all 45 minutes. So a little bit more depth for the Wildcats as here's a cross. And Fox almost able to get a foot on that one.
But good opening opportunity for Utah Tech, driving a ball in and getting a dangerous ball in there.
Again, ACU went a little deeper in their roster there in the first half than the Trailblazers did. We'll see if signs of fatigue kick in here in the second half. A warm night here in Abilene. We're still in the mid-80s here at 8 o'clock Central Time. Nia Leslie the start here in the second half.
Excellent
With
1-2
room.
there.
All the way into the box and then knocked away last second there by Neves.
And that was a very good 1-2 there to give Nia a little bit of space. Sure, last touch let her down just a little bit, but a good opening from the attacking play from the Wildcats.
Leslie played the final 26 minutes there the first half. Cafaro Roberts the start, Leslie the final 26. And Nia stays on the field here to start the second half. Here in the center of the field, Trailblazers work possession. Fry will push it over here to the near sideline. And Abby Olson across the midfield line. And Jocelyn Wright. Wright's had a quiet night.
Slight tactical change for the Wildcats. The fullbacks have switched positions. McCarley Holloman being on the far side and Hannah Vetramile staying close to us on the near side, so she's now the right back and the left back.
So what's the conversation, Steven Salas, at the halftime? What did the Wildcats, what's that conversation?
I think when they're getting in, the pressure that they were able to put, I imagine the message is going to be keep being relentless, keep going at it, and encouraging. Looks like the coaching staff saw something that they like to see in that slight tactical switch. Perhaps there's a player or a gap that they're going to try to exploit by getting one of their players into some more dangerous spaces. But I definitely think that there's not too much to be discouraged about. Whenever you get a great goal scored against you, you can't defend against all of them. And so I think that that's the message, is that, hey, we're doing well, we're defending, we overcame their pressure, and now we just need to make a moment of magic happen. And that's sometimes all it needs, is a player just needs to take over and make something happen.
Good physical play over here in the corners. You see Brost and Gregson throw in for Utah Tech over on the sideline. Same question on the other side. What's Lexi Brown and the Trailblazers, what's that conversation like at halftime?
You know, even though they came in with the lead, I think there might be a little bit more fire and frustration. Ooh, turnover and play real quick. We'll get back to that. Let's see what happens here.
Here's Hill into the offensive end. And cleared back. The Trailblazers get possession back.
Well, as I was saying, I think it's something that you just don't want to get complacent. And you score a goal and you start to defend, and you got 45 minutes left to defend. You definitely need to continue. You want to add another goal, maybe even two, to kind of kill the game off. That's something that that every coach will preach, and so I imagine that was much of the team talk, was just killing the game and going ahead and making sure there's no doubt.
Vetramile tries to keep possession near sideline. Trailblazers get it back into Brost. Brost was very active offensively in the first 5 to 8 minutes.
Absolutely. I loved seeing her utilize some skill moves in order to try to create some space. She was successful several times.
She had 3 shots there in the first half, but I bet all 3 were in the first 8 minutes of game time. She is the leader with shots. She had 3 in the first half. Fox had 2 shots in the first half. Single shot by Lee as well as Chorin. Here it is, center of the field with the dribble and a shot. Nice save. Great job.
That was a comfortable height from Medrano, but a really strong hand to get that. Not only save it, but also make sure it's pushed out with no rebound opportunity. That was very well done.
That was Lee, who dribbled up in the center of the field and was able to put that one on net.
Couple of step overs to create a little bit of space, and then an outstanding strike.
Does set up the corner opportunity here, near corner. It's Lee again with the corner. Third one of the night for the Trailblazers. Boy, right on the near post. Lee will square it up again. Loose in the box.
Looks like the referee's giving the foul for goalie interference. That's something that you have to protect. Something that Medrano's been very good about all season is she is decisive in trying to clear her lines, and you have to protect the goalie, otherwise the defenders would move them out of the way pretty quickly.
Yeah, no doubt. Fox, center of the field. Near sideline right. Right will push down, work with Vetramile, and Vetramile will kick it out near sideline.
That was good defending from Vetramile. She allowed her attacking player to get a step on her, but then she recovered really well, preventing anything worse from happening.
Kind of a carbon copy of the first half, as Utah Tech, the aggressor here to start the second half, just like they were to start the first. This one will hit the side of the net.
Looks like referee signals for a corner.
Yeah, deflection off a defender of the Wildcats, so another corner.
That's a dangerous throw-in to allow to get that deep into your penalty box. The turn and shoot, good to get a foot in there from the defense, but that's not something that they'll want to let happen too many times.
Lee has taken now all 5 corners for the Trailblazers. This one put on net. Medrano gets a hand on it, still loose in the box. Leslie trying to clear, another shot, sails high. Good activity in the box, both teams. Goal kick coming for the Wildcats.
Madrano once again out quickly to try to clear her lines. Isn't able to totally get it, and a dangerous chance, but another save.
Foul here on the Trailblazers. Trip by Jocelyn Wright.
And I tend to like, you'd mentioned that all the set pieces being taken by the same player. I tend to like that because it allows you to kind of hone in. You get a feel. You hit one long, you hit one short. You can kind of get the feel and rhythm. If you're changing players every time, it's kind of the first crack at it each time. So I don't think that's you get your best person on there and you just let them work.
At least taking every corner here tonight. Getting the team leader in assists. She's been good all year at setting up her teammates for scores. Has the assist tonight on the Lacey Fox goal in the 23rd minute. Team leading 6th assist of the year.
Good strength from Hannah Martin there.
Yeah, good battle. Martin wins possession. And call a handball touch. We've seen here Bailey Simon with the free kick, put it back in play.
Looks like there's something that they wanted to try from the training ground that didn't quite transfer into the game.
Push deep, Wildcat defense plays that well. Work the near side, here's Hill. Hill with space, drops it off. Shot.
That's better from the Wildcats. Working a couple of passes together that started with the back line, good control. Holloman passing it into the midfield, working it all the way up to the forwards and able to get a shot off. You like to see that from if you're the Wildcats.
I like it, the shot. Therefore, ACU. ACU with 4 shots tonight. Utah Tech with 10. Still not a registered shot on goal for the Wildcats. So we're 10 minutes deep here in the second half. ACU looks for their first conference win. Still undefeated here at home this year. 3-0 on the home turf. Utah Tech's trying to stay unblemished in conference play at early 1-0. 10-game conference schedule for these teams. Again, the double round robin.
Something that continues to impress. Oh,
it's Brose, the shot right into the hands of Madrano, and another save.
Something that continues to impress me is the movement off the ball from Utah Tech. Their players, whenever they get moving in attack, they have players making runs forward. Whenever they're in defense, they keep their shape very well. That allows for passing options and creates difficult things to handle if you're the Wildcat defense.
Well, that's a clean look there for Brose. Tough angle, but a clean look. It's kicked out on the near side. Utah Tech defense a little out of sorts, so kick it out on the near side and reset the defense. Vetramile, the 5'3" senior. Again, just a handful of seniors.
Assistant referee gives the foul for physical play, didn't like too much.
Wright gives it off. Chorin. Still working the corner. Now a cross.
Excellent step over there to create a step to get the ball in.
And let's take a look at the upcoming visiting schedules for the teams. Here's a look at Utah Tech again on the road at Tarleton to end this 2-game road trip, and then a 4-game homestand. They're in St. George, so the Trailblazers will be glad to get back to the home turf. They've played the majority of their schedule on the road, but they will have that 4-game homestand here through the midpoint of October.
True to their name.
Trailblazers. Is that what you meant?
Yes,
Trailblazers?
that
Okay.
was- sorry.
No, I was a little
Bad
slow.
joke.
It'll be Gracie Kelly this time. The sophomore, Corona, California. She's used to that West Coast environment. She's been out that direction. Two teams will trade headers. Contact and a foul here. Peyton Hill a little too aggressive. Back-to-back heads. Tried for a third head, but Hill with a little contact.
That's a great way to get a little bit of space for the defense to just kind of hold your ground and allow the player to push into you.
Good possession on the back line. Dropped off. It's Chorin again. Far side. Leslie with control.
And Wildcats really seem to like to work it down that far side.
Turnover here. Utah Tech, another shot, sails high again. Brose has been active again. Very active the first 10 minutes. She's been very active here in the first 15 of the second half.
All that activity, I'm sure she's hoping to add a goal to the score sheet to reward it.
She's now played 45 minutes, 45 of the first 60. Here's Hill pushing it up. Leggett trying to run it down, but can't quite get there before Fry comes out and plays it.
Would have liked to see maintaining a little bit of possession, allowing the offense to kind of reset and get into the zone rather than the quick ball there, but always difficult whenever you're defending on the back foot for a while.
When Leslie works again, that far sideline. She is
Outstanding
so quick and great footwork. Give and go, and back to Leslie far side. I believe that's Holloman she works with, far side.
Holloman usually playing along that left side. Started on the right tonight.
Yep.
Coaches decided to put it back into the normal positioning.
Hill had a step. It's kicked off on the near sideline. Olsen able to clear it near side and a throw in for the Wildcats. We'll see our first substitutions here in the second half. Emma Nyland, Reagan Hollis, Shakira Cafaro-Roberts. We have not seen Cafaro-Roberts for a while, but she is back in. Again, Hollis, the 5'3" sophomore, Nyland, the 5'4" senior. Fresh legs here, 15 minutes deep in the second half. This one off out on the end line. Goal kick for the Trailblazers.
Cafaro-Roberts right into play, working out, taking in the throw in, getting a pass in to get a cross in, just let down on the technique there.
Indy Winterton also back in here for Utah Tech on that back line, the senior defender. Fry, a solid kick. There's contact and a foul.
Referee pulling Holloman over for a chat.
That's a pretty solid push in the back there. Good conversation with Holloman. Cooler heads that prevail. Second look. Yeah, maybe not as bad as it looked. The replay didn't make it look as bad as it did initially. Just going for possession.
Referees warning her, possibly accumulation of fouls. Wanna see her ease off a little bit, otherwise the yellow will probably come out.
ACU now with 10 fouls tonight. Utah Tech with 8. Physical game tonight. Carlson drops it off right side. Trailblazers back on the attack. Fox with the left foot.
One of the things that Utah Tech has done by their spacing and getting players forward is that they've forced ACU to go all the way back. So their outlet passes are in their own half, which means that they can just keep recycling the ball and put more and more pressure on them. It's a great strategy if you can do it, but it's a bit high risk because if you can get a good kick away, your back line's a little bit exposed. So far, they've handled it very well.
Olsen the throw in. Brost again. Busy double team this time. Gracie Kelly was in there, as is Simon. Cafaro Roberts.
Classy play there to maintain possession.
And Leslie will drop it back. Here, Gregson. Pushed up past the midfield line. Leslie. She and Holloman near side. Nice takeaway and a clear.
Good defending.
Boy, almost a clean takeaway there at the midfield line. Simon collects. Loose again near side. Possession awarded to Utah Tech.
And Cafaro Roberts and Leslie are typically like-for-like substitutions, but playing them on both sides, I like the idea they get pace down both sides, possibilities of working crosses as well as getting direct and shooting and creating scoring chances.
Cafaro Roberts the start tonight. Leslie came in as a substitute 20 minutes in. And, yeah, you're right. First time we've seen both here on the field tonight. Here's Martin. Will drop it off Leslie, far side. And back to Martin on the give and go. Left side of the box, a shot. Sails high. High and wide on the left side.
Difficult angle there.
Yep.
Probably could have made a pass back or something like that, but it's whenever you're a midfielder, you've made the run all the way up. Sometimes you just got to give it a rip.
Amelia Miller back in. The 5'7" sophomore got the start, but she's back in. Played 22 minutes there in the first half. Martin again. Drops it off, giving chase. Far side is Miller. Fresh legs just came in. Couldn't quite get there with possession.
And that long stride, she's got some pace on her as well.
Gregson and Brost give chase. Medrano back to Gregson.
Definitely some end-to-end stuff we're seeing so far.
Oh, no kidding. We are playing inline to inline. Try to get it to Cafaro Roberts. She'll chase the near corner. And is a corner awarded?
Goal kick.
Goal kick. I thought a corner might be awarded there. Cafaro Roberts, she and Olsen were battling, but I'll say Cafaro Roberts the last touch and a goal kick awarded for Fry.
She's not protesting too much, so I imagine that's probably how that went down.
Take a look at the Wildcats' home schedule. The upcoming game, we'll take a look at it here in just a moment. There's a look at it. Southern Utah again on Sunday. A road trip at Tarleton, and then right back with Southern Utah. They'll see the Thunderbirds twice in a 2-week stretch. And then at Utah Tech, they'll make the return trip. Tarleton is here on October 25th. So a back-and-forth schedule for the Wildcats, home and away.
Excellent slide tackle there from Vetchmile.
All good. More physical play, no whistle this time. And there's a foul call. ACU awarded possession.
We've seen a similar playbook here from the second half as we saw in the first. Utah Tech coming out with a lot of intent, and then slowly, ACU seems to be willing away. We'll see if they can reward their positive possession with a goal.
Nyland, the victim of the foul that time. Here come the Wildcats. Dropped into the box, headed out. Brost giving chase with Simon. Halfway through this second half. A Lacey Fox goal in the 23rd minute. The difference, a Utah Tech 1-0 lead. Cafaro Roberts, shot deflected. A second attempt, sails high. Martin had a chance to collect and shoot just high of the crossbar.
Well, that was great play by Roberts to create the opportunity. Unfortunate with the deflection. That was a good shot at a decent height that had a chance for that far post.
See it on the deflection. Yeah, just a couple of looks tonight for the Wildcats. Carbon copies just high of that crossbar.
Yeah, Vetramile coming in from midfield. A good strike. You have to keep your chest over the ball if you want to get it to stay down and dip in those situations.
Raylan Miller back in, wearing number 13. See her here on the near sideline. Possession stays with the Wildcats. Far side, Holloman. To the back line, Gregson. Good push this time by ACU. It's into the box again. Into the middle. Top of the box. Shot deflected. Nyland had a chance to get a shot, but deflected right at the top of the box.
That was well worked. Kind of surprising. It seemed a little bit hesitant to take the shot. There was the ability there, but decided to play the pass, and unfortunately it got away from him.
Again, just continue to attack well offensively.
Absolutely. Sometimes it just seems like all the breaks start going your way, and you get a little bit of momentum, and you're able to put some pressure on the opposing defense.
Utah Tech's trying to stay undefeated in conference play. ACU trying to get their first notch on the win side. Have yet to have a tie in conference play. ACU without a tie yet on the season. The conference has yet to have a tie in conference play. But kind of unique this deep into the season. You haven't seen at least one tie on the record books. But
yeah, a lot of it is just a product of the lack of goals, unfortunately. Yeah. Usually being able to score some goals, will especially when you have a good keeper, will turn some of those 1-0 defeats or into ties. But ACU just struggling to generate in the final third.
They play well on the back thirds. Possession back here at the midfield line. That's Miller with some space to operate. Drops it off Cafaro Roberts near side. It's a race to the end line. Contact on the end line. And a goal kick is awarded. Well, that's the second time here in the last few minutes. I thought maybe the last touch was on Utah Tech on that end line. But goal kick's awarded.
Difficult to see clearly here from the press box, but I'm not quite sure how that possibly could have gone off of her.
Brianna Fry, the goal kick. And again, Zachary, this feels a carbon copy of the first half. Utah Tech dominates the first 15 to 20 minutes offensively and starting to feel a transition where it feels like ACU's been on the attack more offensively here in the back half of the half. Saw that in the first half, starting to see it again here in the second.
Absolutely. Weathering that first storm and possibly as like you said, this warmer evening, the legs from Utah can get tired, and see if the Wildcats can dig deep and pull something out of this game, or if Utah can hold on or even add to their lead.
Utah Tech had 7 shots in the first half. They have 5 here in the second half. ACU with just credited 6 shots total. 3 in that first half, already 3 here in this second half.
When the Wildcats, wanting to make that tournament, they're going to feel a little bit more desperation in the fact that they've lost their first 2 games. They're definitely not going to want to lose at home. So seems to be a little bit more frantic, a little bit more urgency from the Wildcats so far in the second half.
Ella Rusick is in. She wears number 2, the junior forward, Lynchfield Park, Arizona. Header at the midfield line. Here's Nyland. Drops it off to the back line.
Dangerous pass there.
Well, it was. Nyland and Cafaro Roberts. Collects, loses, gets it back. Center of the field, makes a defender miss, drops it in the box, nobody there.
I've really enjoyed what I've seen from Roberts. She's so direct when she gets the ball. She has one direction she wants to move, and that's towards the goal. No end product yet, not that final ball, but it's been exciting watching her run at the defenders.
She was a highly touted transfer into this program. Played at UNC Pembroke a year ago, Division II program. The freshman of the year in that conference. Makes the transition here to ACU on the Division I level. Here's a fight for possession right at the midfield line and a foul call on the Wildcats.
That's some good physical play from both teams. Referee calls for a break for substitutions, looks like.
So they've stopped the clock with just 16 minutes remaining tonight. Tegan Yalsey is back in. We saw her in the first half. Peyton Hill also in. Quick breather for Peyton, right back on for the Wildcats. So both number 11s for both teams check back in.
Good turn, good defending.
This one shot in, but cleared. Kelly able to clear it back to the midfield line. This Utah Tech roster, we've still seen Rodriguez and Chorin and Lee, as well as Nelson. They've played all 74 minutes. Cafaro Roberts again near sideline. Works on the defense. Splits a double team. And a foul call just outside the box.
Yellow card shown as well. That was excellent work. One of the things when you get the ball in the turnover there, you don't have attacking support, and so you're surrounded by opponents, and so really good of her to keep her head, hold on to the ball, and draw the foul. Really wasn't going much of anywhere on her own, but that was the best attacking move she could make in that situation.
It's Jocelyn Wright who picks up the yellow card, the second one tonight. That's just outside the box. So a free kick, but it's the best scoring opportunity of the night for the Wildcats.
And we'll see if there's a pass or she goes straight for goal.
It's Raylan Miller, the sophomore. She'll approach with the left foot. Right into the wall of the Trailblazers. Vetramile. Back in, good activity. Nyland, a shot, deflected out. Good activity again. Vetramile now up the near side. Tries to get across. It's out on the near sideline. And possession to Utah Tech.
That was looked like she was trying to open up her body and kind of whip a low one around the wall. Surprised the goalkeeper a little bit. Didn't quite come off for her, but off the deflection they were able to generate a little bit and a couple of half chances.
Good minutes tonight from Abby Olson. She will get a breather. You can see her making her way to the far sideline. Locks Neves. Checks back in. The transfer from ACU. Cafaro Roberts tripped up again. Another foul call. Boy, the activity by Cafaro Roberts has really been impressive since she's come back in. Fresh legs here midway through the second half.
And that's also credit to the player for their work rate.
Sure.
Coming in and getting herself involved. It's something that very impressive to see what she's done with those minutes.
Free kick for Kelly. Simon put one on net just wide.
the initial ball came a little bit slow, didn't quite let her get her proper run up to get enough power there, but decent idea.
And even with all the activity that the Wildcats have had offensively, still not credited with a shot on goal. See, look at Fry. Fry again has played every minute this year for the Trailblazers in goal.
Offside flag comes up. Wildcats dodge a counterattacking bullet right there.
Trailblazers only have one shutout this year. They beat UC Riverside 2-0. So just 10 games in, just one shutout. Wildcats would like to keep that at one shutout through 11 games. They've got 13 minutes to try to put one on the board. Cleared out this time. Nice play. It's Nelson who clears. Simon's been active in center of the field tonight. Vetramile. Again, Cafaro Roberts.
Swarmed by the Trailblazers there.
White jerseys all over the place. And now a change of possession. Trailblazers have it at the midfield line. Ella Rusick. Wildcats will drop it in. Hill will give chase. It's cleared out again near side. A throw in for ACU.
And with all the energy and attention going to Cafaro Roberts, I would love to see Vetramile get a little bit more involved in the attack and overload that side to possibly create a scoring opportunity.
Now a kick deflected near side, and Utah Tech will have possession. See more substitutions here as the clock stops. 11 and a half minutes left. I believe that's Fox coming back in. Fox the goal in the 23rd minute. A beautiful shot. Scored her third goal of the year. And that's been the difference tonight. At this point, where do you get more? Okay, we're down to 11 minutes left, a 1-0 lead. Does this become more defensive possession oriented the last 11 minutes?
I think if you're Utah Tech, you're going to start being a little bit more judicious with the runs forward. You're going to try to maintain possession as much as you can and make it as simple as possible. You don't need another goal when you're playing on the road. I would say that at this point in the game, it's definitely more defensive-minded. Let's hold it out. But you can get caught if you get pulled too far back and end up letting 2 points slip away from you.
Fried kicks this out of bounds near side. Wildcats will get a throw in. Cafaro Roberts and Vetramile work the near sideline. Simon will go far side. Nice takeaway.
Incredible ball there.
A run out. Medrano able to get there first.
That was good for Medrano. Way to be attentive to that. But you had said earlier that the Utah Tech they have a lot of freshmen on their team. One of those things that when you're new into a league, you're trying to make your name for yourself. You're trying to kind of get seated in the team. You always want goals, and sometimes it can frustrate coaches because they managing the game is a little bit less of more of a veteran move than freshmen are sometimes capable of. But we'll see if they have some maturity to kill this game off.
Hill drops it in the center. Possession again taken away by the Trailblazers. Rusick near side. We've gone under 10 minutes.
That's what they want there. Triangles, maintain some possession, slow the game down, slow the pace down.
Really forcing ACU to chase here defensively. So Trailblazers trying to go to 2-0, remain undefeated. Vetramile near side. It's Kachelski and Trailblazers with possession, back in possession of Fox, far side. Fox on her own gets down to the corner.
It's been a good battle in this half. Fox and Holloman there. Difficult ball right there.
Yeah, it's pushed up. Farrell Roberts will give chase. She'll run out of real estate. Let's throw in here for the Trailblazers. Fresh legs coming for the Wildcats. Multiple substitutions.
Possibly some tactical changes as well. They desperately need a goal. Might start to see the kitchen sink coming.
Yeah. Brost also back in after a quick breather for Utah Tech. Leggett checks back in for the Wildcats. Well, the defensive line of Utah Tech really good on the possession. They'll give it away here, but get it right back. Brost drops it off. Really doing well with the keep away.
That's exactly what you need if you're Utah Tech. Is slow the game down is what you want there. Great recovery run.
Boy, no doubt. Fox able to get there at the midway line. Madrano will come out and play with 7:45 remaining.
As the Wildcats, as the time takedowns, every single misplaced pass can become endlessly frustrating and can start to get, you have to keep your head, you have to keep pushing.
Get a chance to push here. Leggett has it, lost it, got it back. Farrell Roberts been active on this near sideline. Good takeaway. Now Rusick and Lee work this near side. Possession's at a premium here with 7 minutes to go.
And start to sense some of the anxiety in the crowd, this home crowd. They are willing their girls on to keep, to score something.
It's such a game of patience. We saw California Baptist last week score in the 90th minute versus ACU in a 1-1 tie that turned into a 2-1 victory all the way in the 90th minute. ACU's got it here. Officials let the contact play through this time. Rusick and Bruce on the near side. Brost on the near side. Drop down on the end line. Cross sails high and long. And a goal kick for the Wildcats.
Definitely a decent idea. That might be one. We're not quite to run it to the corner and waste time, but that's a ball that maybe didn't need to come in. They could have just recycled possession and kind of maintained a little bit more calm there. Now they'll get a big kick and have to defend here in a minute.
Nia Leslie in for the final attack here. Farrell Roberts quality minutes. Leslie will run the near side. Jada Farrington also in. In the midfield. And taken away again. A whistle now and a yellow card. I believe a yellow card on Holloman. Well, that's Kaya Lee, who's a little slow to get up on her feet.
Yeah, she gave possession away when that ball runs away from you. It's such a quick reaction to kind of try to win it back, and she just got rightfully given the yellow caution there.
Lee is back up on her feet. She will walk off, as you can see, under her own power. The senior midfielder from Spokane, the transfer from Gonzaga. another look at it. And just clip that right leg, did Holloman. And got the yellow card. First yellow card tonight for ACU. It's Leggett.
Good
Now
move.
to Hill. A shot. Great save by Fry. Leaps up. Gets both gloves on it. Centered back in. Top of the box. Shot again by Hill. Deflected. Leslie runs it down near side. Nia turns. Her cross deflected too. And now Brost on a run out. Another good chance there. Great activities from the Wildcats.
Absolute best chance they've had all game. Yep. Really well worked. Some excellent skill move from the forwards and good strikes as well.
The best save of the night by Fry on the other end.
Absolutely. Unfortunate from the Wildcat perspective that they weren't able to tie this game up.
Brost just keeping possession on that far side. She'll get a throw in here. Here's another look. Boy, Hill, a great shot. Fry, great save as well.
Hill's definitely someone who trusts her shot. You know, you might want to get that a little bit closer, but if you have confidence, you can put it on target. It's worth a rip.
There's one out far side, and the Wildcats will get a throw in. And now you're starting to see a little frantic pace here in the last 4 minutes. Wildcats trying to tie it up. Utah Tech trying to hang on and get the victory. Neves works the back line. Rodriguez will push it up. And now Rusick.
Offside
Rusick
flag.
and Lee whistling an offside.
That's some of that perhaps inexperience. You definitely don't need to be riding the offside line if you're just trying to maintain possession there.
Give the possession back to the Wildcats, and a great play by Brost. Far side, shot, sails out on the end line. So we've gone under 3 minutes. That shot by Hill, the first recorded shot on goal tonight for ACU. That almost feels unreal to say that. They've been so aggressive offensively tonight, but only the one shot on goal.
Unfortunately, that's kind of been the story of their season, is that they've generated some offense, they've created some opportunities, but they have not turned them into scoreable chances.
Had 4 corners tonight. They've had some free kicks with scoring opportunities. Just cannot generate. Even some shots deflected by defenders in the box that don't go as shots or shots on goal. Out on the far side, Trailblazers have it.
That was very calm play, taking it towards the corner flag, winning the throw-in, slowing things down. Exactly what you want to see from Utah Tech.
So we've gone less than 2 minutes. These two teams will play again in just a few weeks on October the 19th. One will have bragging rights over the course of the next 2 weeks. ACU will get possession, but the clock still runs here. The officials are talking on the far side, but now the clock has stopped. And continues to run. 2 officials are having a conversation. You can see there on the screen, but the clock continued to run.
Not exactly sure what's going on there, what the official's concerned about. Perhaps some play back there in the corner. Hard to tell from the far side, but it looks like they put the clock back, the time back on the clock.
And now a whistle, and they're going back to that free kick for the Wildcats. Katie Gregson will do it again, and they've reset the clock to 1:25. And the conversation continues over there on that far sideline. Gregson the free kick. And kicked it out of bounds on the far side.
.80 seconds left.
Yep.
Let's see if the Wildcats can turn this into something for them.
This will be hit. 1 minute remaining. Brianna Fry looks for her second shutout of the year. With contact and a late whistle, but there's the foul call and a yellow card.
Yeah, that's
Utah Tech.
That's a tactical foul right there. Whenever you realize that possibility of a breakaway,
Yeah.
It's a quick yellow card. Wise decision from the defense. Frustrating for the offense. They'll try to get a ball in here, possibly get something here at the death.
It's Kelly the free kick. All the way into the box. The header. And the second header just missed the goal far side. Another whistle. Contact in the box.
Referee
Has a penalty kick been awarded?
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, a lot of contact in the box and a lot of conversation. And Utah Tech players look frustrated. I think a penalty kick may have been called. Or a foul in the box for a penalty kick. It's Abby Smith. Abby scored a goal on a penalty kick just last week at California Baptist. She'll get a chance here with Brianna Fry to try to tie it with 35 seconds left here in the 90th minute. The Smith kick. We're tied at 1. Far post. Abby Smith, her 4th goal of the year.
Abby Smith has gone to that spot for both of her penalties. Hard, low with power. Really difficult for the goalie to get down in time. Absolutely outstanding penalty in a high-pressure situation.
Get a second look here. Fry guessed right, but Smith able to power it in down low on the far post. A lot of contact again on that last attack.
Yeah, if you keep pushing opportunities, it opens up chances, and ACU's a goal to the good.
And now just seconds remain. Fox will put it in. Madrano will cover. Well, it might go as a tie, but it feels just like a huge boost of momentum and a win for the Wildcats. They'll push one final time with 10 seconds left. And in the 90th minute, last week it went against ACU in the 90th minute. This week it goes in favor of the Wildcats in the 90th minute. A penalty kick, goal scored by Abby Smith, and at the end of the night, it's a 1-1 draw between ACU and Utah Tech.
Yeah, this is something that I think is very impressive. We'll take a look at the replay and see if we can.
Let's see again what led to the penalty being awarded and the penalty kick. Here's again the attack just before the penalty kick. You can see good activity there in the box.
It's the goalkeeper coming out with took out the attacking player. Kind of a reckless challenge there. Definitely something that I'm sure the Utah Tech players will disagree with, but the referee called the penalty.
The penalty was called. The penalty kick was awarded. Abby Smith able to get the goal. It neutralizes Lacey Fox's goal in the 23rd minute.
And honestly, I think that if we look at this game, it's a pretty fair result. Both teams attacked pretty well. Both teams were able to generate some scoring chances. 1-1 draw seems about right as far as the balance of play.
As we look at our final stats here tonight in the 1-1 draw, as the goals were even, the shots were fairly even, 12 for Utah Tech, 10 for ACU, and you see the goals there. Again, a great goal by Lacey Fox in the 23rd minute, Abby Smith gets the penalty shot there in the 90th minute. And at the end of the night, it's a draw. It's a 1-1. It feels like a huge win for ACU despite 1-1 on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Not all draws. Definitely both teams will feel very differently about this draw going into their next game. Utah Tech obviously already has 3 points on the board, so move up to 4.
Yep.
Abilene Christian gets their first point. Hopefully they can take that momentum into their home stretch here.
ACU remains unbeaten here at home, now 3-0-1. Utah Tech remains unbeaten in conference play at 1-0-1. The Wildcats are now 0-2-1. Again, our final score tonight from Elmer Gray Stadium, ACU 1 and Utah Tech 1. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference here on ESPN. All games are airing live and streaming on the ESPN app. For the entire crew, Zachary McCartney and the ACU TV crew, I'm Andy Penny. We will talk to you next time. So long. Good night from Abilene.